Okay. So when I was young, I didn't have any privilege to go to theaters and watch movies, but I definitely enjoyed my childhood watching movies on television. I watched a lot of movies like the Lord of the Ring franchise and Spider-Man and Batman movies all on my television, on my TV. And among all of those movies, I literally watched an franchisee, and I have bittersweet respect for that franchisee, and that is Anaconda. Now, Anaconda, as in franchisee, is not a masterpiece that tells us a story about and perspective of whole different people like what Planet of the Apes does. It's a really simple movie where it's like a horror slasher, but it's not a psycho. It's just an animal that is feeding itself. It's surviving. Its whole instinct is to survive, and for that, it will kill people. Now, Anaconda movies had this whole that you would go to an forest, and in that forest there is an anaconda, and it will fill its stomach by killing you. So this idea was very fascinating that it became an franchise in itself. Now Anaconda movies were really good. Like it had substance. Substance in the sense that how can an anaconda kill and eat human? In real life it doesn't happen. Until and unless there is a grown man, anaconda can't kill it. But I think if there is a baby, I think anaconda would have fed up itself. But that's not the point. That's a bad joke. But still, the movies, the whole franchisee, the four movies had this MacGuffin, that being orchid, blood orchid. So what it does is that the orchid gives the ability to snakes to completely grow as much as they want and eat how much ever they want. So it completely negates the original or the true essence of what anacondas can do in real life, and takes that and completely fictionalizes that very idea. And Blood Orchid was a really good way of setting up a story. Like the literally later movies completely dependent upon that very Blood Orchid, that it can treat cancer and stuff like that in the later movies. So the point is that it had substance and it had a story that literally connected these movies, like literally. So it had something in its hand. If I am a screenplay writer, which I am, and if I had the opportunity to write something fresh, like an Anaconda movie, I think I would not write something like Anaconda reboot movie. It's a good movie, it's a funny movie, but I don't think it's a movie that is something that I would respect as an original Anaconda movie lover. So what could I have written? I could have write if I think I am so great. So if those anacondas eat humans, those humans used to eat orchids, and since these anacondas eat those orchids, and that's why they became so enlarged and monster killing machines. So I, as in writer, would write a completely fresh story from a very fresh perspective, that tribes are getting uh, vanished slowly, and then later it's like the tribes, all the tribal people community all gather up, and they realize that there is an anaconda, and there's a fresh take on it, where instead of modern city staying people are going on an hunt, or doctors coming to analyze what an anaconda can do, instead it's like a group of tribal community or completely unaware of what is civilized people. They could have made a better story where it could have become an horror anticipation what original movies literally had, and it could have taken the concept of blood orchid and literally have given it much more substance. This is really good way of rebooting, or at least retell a story. Now, what is the problem with the Anaconda movie that has been made right now with Jack Black and Paul Rudd? So the movie are good, not bad, good, but it doesn't take itself seriously, and that's the problem right now. If there is an anaconda that's hunting people and I am in its environment, I would shit my pants. You get it? I would not sit there and laugh and make jokes. The movie was filled with so much jokes and satire that I lost a lot of respect towards Anaconda. Like literally, if there is a killing machine behind me, I would not keep setting jokes, not be making jokes. Think, uh, I think we need to understand, like literally, this movie has made money. It has not been a financial failure at this point, and it's gonna come up with another sequel, of course. So, if that sequel works, then there is a list of B grade movies that will be reinvented and reimagined, like Lake Placid, Jaws. So, I'm not against this, but it's like if Anaconda movie has been retold, then I think it should not be a comedy movie. It should have been taking the very same essence it was built on. It's like anticipation horror slasher where inside, instead of a psycho killing people, it's just an animal that's uh, working on its instincts to survive. Just to survive, it's killing people. That's what a great way of telling a story could have been. But I think this movie was not cup of my tea, and I think if Lake Placid or something like that has been remade, then you should reconsider that what made these movies great. A lot of modern medias are keeping on falling down because studios don't understand that the very thing that made them great, the IP great, is completely taken out. Like Witcher, for example. The Witcher was a story about Geralt of Rivia trying to live a life in the original novels, but like Netflix thought it's a bad idea and they made Geralt of Rivia Superman of the Witcher universe, which he is not. He's a completely lone wolf who just helps people and gets away from him. He doesn't sit there and like solve some history and does thing. It's not his thing. Witcher doesn't do that. He's a lone wolf. He lives life completely isolated. So yeah, I think this was my opinions on Anaconda movie. I know, like literally nobody cares, but still I wanted to rant about my feelings right now. So sure, why not? Anyways, let's see. Let's hope something good comes out soon. Like if Anaconda movies keeps on with the same pace, I don't think it would last much more longer. That people would literally hate this franchisee. Why not? So yeah, let's see. And if I, as an Anaconda fan, had the opportunity to write and direct something fresh, as I made a story about tribal people against Anaconda, I would have made another. I had another idea and that would be that anaconda is captured in an facility, or you could even say zoo, and in that very same facility there are not just one anaconda, there are multiple of them, and that facility is completely you could say that facility is completely locked up, and there are few people who are locked inside, they can't go out, they need access. And these anacondas are completely roaming free, so it's like a, again it's an horror anticipation but taking place in an completely one solid isolated facility or something like that. I think that could even make a great movie, I would say, like a kind of research facility where everyone are gonna die. So yeah, these were ideas that I came up with. I have a really great story for Lake Placid as well, but of course, I have no chance. So let's see what Anaconda is pulling up in its sequel. Bye.